How can you be a better leader and improve your relationship with your team? Hello, everyone. Welcome to another week of Midweek Motivation. I'm Rochelle Clooney, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about improving your relationships at work. Okay, so before we begin, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who have subscribed, who have liked the video, and also if you have left a comment and just share the video with somebody who you think will benefit. So let us begin. So today I'm going to be talking about relationships at work. So the first thing that you can do to improve yourself and improve your leadership skills and also improve your relationship at work is to improve your craft. The number one thing is to develop your craft. So when you start working, whether you're working in a technical area or wherever the space is, most of us tend to work with others. Most times we're not working alone, and so we're working with people. So how can you have a better working environment? How can you build a relationship with the people that you work with, whether you're in a leadership capacity or you're in a line staff capacity? So developing your craft is one of the most important thing, because worst if you're a leader and you don't know what you're doing, you don't have any idea of the technical skills, it's going to be extremely difficult to lead and to encourage your staff to do things, because they look on you or they look at you as somebody who is not competent. So the first thing, even if your background is in another area, once you start doing this type of work, it's important for you to start developing the craft. You don't have to know every single thing that your staff does, because you're not there to do the technical part of the job, but you still have to have an idea of what goes on a day-to-day basis. So just in case somebody don't show up, or if a staff of our team member is having an issue, you're able to assist them. Okay, so the next one is model success. And this one goes for anybody. You don't have to be in a leadership capacity, but model success simply means that you find people who are achieving at a high level. You find people who are successful at what they do, and you model them. You start copying them. Well, not copy, but model them in a sense. You observe how they do something. You observe what they're doing. You observe how they talk, how they walk, how they have relationship with others. You just start observing them. And so you start putting small things into place, into practice, and you start following what they do, because success leaves clues, right? And when you follow and you model successful people, then it's only a matter of time before you start to become successful as well. All right, and the next one is lead with love. And this is one of my favorite sections in the book. Lead with love simply means that you treat your staff with love and respect. So in the workplace, a lot of us, because we're in leadership, we think that you're there to give give questions or give commands or tell people what to do or how to get things done. But when you realize that you care about people, you care about the team members, you care about the people that you're working with, even if they're not in your immediate team or in your immediate department, when you're passing someone in the walkway, it takes nothing for you to say, hello, how are you? And if you know their name, use their name, because people love to hear their names. So if they are wearing a name pin or a name tag, use the name. If they don't have a name pin and name tag and you have an extra minute, stop. Ask them, how are you today? How's your family? Just to get to know, just to be social and get to know your people. Because when you know your people, then you can know when something isn't right. So if your productivity is low on a certain given day or week or month, you're able to evaluate and understand what was wrong, what went wrong. Is it that this team member was having a rough patch? And if you see that a team member is not the jovial, friendly, sociable person that they used to be, step in. Have a one-to-one meeting or a one-to-one session with the person. Ask what's happening, because we're all human beings, and a lot of us are going through a lot of things, especially in this time during COVID. You never know what the person is going through. So take a minute or two to find out what's happening with your team members. Okay. The next one is leaders create other leaders and not followers. You know, a lot of people, when I used to work in hospitality and I used to work around some supervisors, it's like they didn't want to train or teach or coach some of the other team members in the areas that they're doing, because they had a fear that this person is going to take their jobs. But as effective leaders, it is important for you to train, to teach, and to groom your people. When you do that, you realize that you just spend less time following up behind people, because everybody is at a level where they are competent, where they know their responsibilities, where they're very accountable, and they get the task done. And I look at it like this: when I teach you how to do my job, I'm creating space to step into a higher role. So take that mindset. Instead of thinking that somebody's going to take your job, think about you're going to leave that job for someone and you're going to step into a higher role. All right. And then the last one is respect at work. And respecting others at work is very essential. Just because you're in a leadership capacity, it doesn't mean that you're going to look down on another person. The only time you look down on a person is unless you're going to hold his or her hand, and you pull them up to your level. But never look down on another person, because the same way you're going up, it's the same way you can come down. And you don't want people to start having negative or ill feelings towards you because you don't treat them with respect and love. All right, so those are the 5 things that I want to talk about. All this information is in my new book, Relationships Have Many Hats. I'm going to leave the link where you can purchase a copy. And if you like it, or if you don't, leave a review, leave your comment in the section. We can have a conversation. We can find ways of how to develop our craft and to become better at what we do. All right. So I'm Rochelle Clooney. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next week for another midweek motivation. Nuff love.